Bienvenidos a la tercera clase de este curso de inglés pre-intermedio completamente gratis. Subo una nueva clase cada lunes y jueves, así que suscríbete para recibir notificaciones y te puedes unir al grupo de Facebook para descargar todos los recursos que ocupo y formar parte de la comunidad que está aprendiendo inglés. Esta clase está enfocada en el presente perfecto, el present perfect tense en English. Vamos a ver cómo formarle y cómo utilizar los participios. Después vamos a ver cómo hacerlo en negativo y en preguntas. Y luego vamos a ver algunos usos comunes de present perfect tense. Ya vamos a empezar. Let's get started. So, the first thing we're going to see, la primera cosa que vamos a ver es present perfect and past participles. Okay, so, present tense, present continuous tense, and past tense. These are all tenses that we have studied, que hemos estudiado ya. Son tres tiempos que hemos estudiado ya. Present uses words like normally, para rutinas. Present continuous for things that are happening right now in this moment. Past tense, yesterday or last week, last year. But what if the time started in the past and continues now? Un tiempo que empezó en el pasado y sigue ahora. Como por ejemplo today. Today started at midnight. Empezó en la medianoche, ¿no? Y sigue ahorita. Today, entonces, es un periodo de tiempo que empezó en el pasado, pero sigue ahorita. Aquí tenemos diferentes momentos o duraciones de tiempo y quiero que los vayan organizando. Okay, so organize these times into the four different categories. Are they present, present continuous, past, or something that started in the past and continues now? For example, last week is definitely past, right? We went to Acapulco last week. Fuimos a Acapulco la semana pasada. Estudiamos pasado en la clase pasada, ¿no? We went to Acapulco last week. This year no es solo presente, ni es solo en este momento, ni es solo pasado. De hecho, es algo que empezó en el pasado y sigue ahora, ¿no? This year. I haven't traveled this year. No he viajado este año. Often, present. She often plays the violin, hablando de la frecuencia. At the moment, en este momento, he's working. He's working at the moment. Está trabajando en este momento. On my 15th birthday. Pero en mi caso, eso ya fue hace muchos años, es pasado. On my 15th birthday, I vomited twice. Vomité 2 veces en mi cumpleaños número 15. Sometimes, también frecuencia. I sometimes drink beer. I drink beer sometimes. In 2012 is past. He lost his job. Perdió su trabajo en 2012. This week empezó en el pasado y sigue ahorita, ¿no? I have been to the gym 3 times this week. We are interested in this today. Nuestro enfoque de hoy es this, ¿ok? ¿Cómo decir no he viajado o he ido al gym? I have been and I haven't traveled. This is called present perfect, okay? That's what we are studying today. Eso es lo que estamos estudiando hoy. So, here's a timeline, okay? Una línea de tiempo. You have past, present, which could be routines, and right now in this moment, and we have the future, okay? So, we studied this, ya estudiamos esto, and we studied present, okay? We also studied right now. Continuous, present continuous, right? But something that started in the past and continues now, okay? Algo que empezó en el pasado y sigue ahorita. Okay, so for example, I have eaten 3 times today. He comido 3 veces hoy. Hoy empezó en el pasado, en la medianoche, y sigue ahorita, ¿no? I have eaten 3 times today. Se puede hacer la contracción, you can make a contraction of I've eaten 3 times today. She has gone to the gym twice this week. Twice significa 2 veces. Also, we can make a contraction here. She has can just be she's. She's gone to the gym twice this week. Manchester United have won, han ganado the Premier League 13 times. Y aquí es como implicación in their history, ¿no? Pero no hay que escribirlo o decirlo porque pues creo que es obvio que estamos hablando en toda su historia. Man United have won the Premier League 13 times. Present perfect simple. Estamos hablando de contar, counting the number of times, la cantidad de veces, something has happened, que algo ha ocurrido, in a period of time that started in the past and continues now. En un periodo de tiempo que empezó en el pasado y sigue ahorita. Como today, this week, in their history, in my life, etc. In this case, it's very similar to Spanish, okay? He comido 3 veces hoy. Ella ha ido al gym 2 veces esta semana. Estamos contando la cantidad de veces que has hecho. You have done something. So what's the formula? In English, it's subject plus have or has plus a past participle. A past participle, okay. The same as in Spanish. You don't say he comí, you say comido. No dicen fue, dicen ha ido. Past participle, okay? You have to learn these. Tenemos que aprenderlos. She has gone to the gym. She has gone to the gym. She has gone, subject, has, past participle. Okay, so past participles. Let's focus on past participles. This is the reason why people learn verbs with lists, okay? Por eso ves a muchos estudiantes del inglés intentando recordar o memorizar secuencias de 3 versiones del mismo verbo, ¿no? Porque están pensando presente, pasado y participio. The present, the past, and the participle. For example, eat, ate, eaten, okay? Many verbs have the same form for past simple and participle. Muchos de los verbos comunes tienen la misma forma. Por ejemplo, have in present, had in past, and the past participle is also had, okay? Play, the past is played, and the past participle is played. But unfortunately, that's not the case for many important verbs. Many important verbs do have participles that are a little bit irregular, okay? So there's a long list of regular verbs, but there's also a long list of irregular verbs, okay? So here's some examples and some translations, and I want you to mix and match. So I've been would be he sido, okay? También puede significar he ido en otro contexto en inglés, pero bueno, ahorita estamos traduciendo I've been, he sido. I've gone, he ido. I've taken, he tomado. I've found, he encontrado. And I've said, he dicho. Okay, so you have irregular participles here. Many verbs are irregular. So we are going to have to learn lists. This is the most common verbs in English, okay? Los 20 verbos más comunes otra vez. Ya vimos su forma en pasado. We saw how to say them in past. So now we need to know, necesitamos saber su participle, past participle. So we've just seen that be was been, have was had. The rest of them though, do you know them? ¿Los conocen? Les voy a dar un momento para que detengan el video so you can stop the video and see if you know, do you know the past participles? Okay, here are the answers. 3, 2, 1. Do becomes done. Said stays the same. Go, went, gone. Get, got can be got again or gotten. Make, made, made. Know, knew, known. Think, thought, thought. Take, took, taken. Find, found, found. See, saw, seen. Come, came, come. Want, wanted, wanted. Look, looked, looked. Use, used, used. Give, gave, given. Tell, told, told. Work, worked, worked. Call, called, called. So you can see the regular verbs in past are often the same in past participle. Not always, but they're often the same. But there are some irregular verbs in past, like told, which continue to be the same in the past participle, okay? But it's important to try to remember, to try to learn these lists, okay? Be, was, were, been, have, had, do, did, done. He visto a muchos alumnos a través de los años intentando diferentes maneras de aprender estos, ¿no? Hasta pegarlos en el refri e intentar recordar los verbos. Esto sí es algo en que en inglés sí es un poco difícil, ¿no? Porque en pasado y en participio hay mucha irregularidad. Regresando al tema, estamos hablando del presente perfecto. Aquí tenemos presente normal, ¿no? I often take public transport. That's present normal. I took public transport yesterday. Tomé transporte público ayer. So that's past tense. It's the blue, right? Past tense. So here we are, took. He tomado transporte público muchas veces en este año. You would say, I have taken public transport many times this year. Vamos a pasar a hacer un ejercicio. In the description, go to point number 1 to open the activity. Okay, so this is what the page looks like. This is a fantastic page created by this teacher. Es una página muy genial creada por esta maestra. Aquí tenemos las preguntas. Entonces estamos construyendo el presente perfecto. Recuerdan que es subject, have or has, and a past participle. So here we have, I study French. So I have studied French. I'm going to check it. It's great. I'm also going to try the contraction. I've studied French. Let's check that too. Also correct, okay? Finish the activity and I'll see you in a moment. I hope that went okay. Let's continue. So now we're going to look at present perfect in the negative form. So we have examples of the affirmative. I've taken public transport many times this year. I've eaten 3 times today. She's gone to the gym twice this week, and Man United have won the Premier League title 13 times. That's the formula, right? This is the formula that we already know. Lo que ya vimos, subject, have, has, past participle. So the negative is very simple. Es muy sencillo. Agregamos un not al auxiliar have. Okay, that's it. Subject plus haven't or hasn't, or have not or has not, and the past participle. So, pueden cambiar las oraciones a negativo. I've taken becomes I haven't taken, or have not taken. I've eaten, I haven't eaten. ¿Pueden cambiar las otras dos? Deben detener el video. You should stop the video now because I'm going to tell you the answers. Okay, 3, 2, 1. She's gone to the gym. She hasn't gone. Man United have won. Man United haven't won. Okay, pretty simple. Let's do an exercise. In the description, go to point number 2 to open the activity. Okay, so the page for the activity looks like this. It's the same page, the same teacher. And here we have the activity, okay? So now we're making negative present perfect. We not go to Paris. We haven't gone to Paris. Let's check the answer. Awesome. Finish the activity and I'll see you in a moment. I hope that went well. So you can see it's pretty simple. Lo negativo es más o menos sencillo, ¿no? Solo agregamos not de alguna forma al have or has. So now let's look at questions. So here we have our 4 examples. Aquí tenemos nuestros 4 ejemplos que vimos ya. Positive, negative. Considerando lo que hemos visto, considering what we have seen, what do you think the question will be? ¿Cómo creen que será la pregunta? And considering that we have an auxiliary verb, considerando que tenemos un verbo auxiliar, ¿cómo creen que sería la pregunta? How do you think the question will be? So you change the position, you change the order. Have or has plus a subject and then the past participle. So they switch order. They change order. Here's an activity for you. Aquí tenemos una actividad. Just put the words in order, okay? So, tried you have the spaghetti? The question, have you tried? Okay, so have or has plus a subject plus a past participle, right? And in some cases, you can put the question word in front. For example, where have you traveled to? Where have you traveled to? Okay. So you have 3 more here. Take a moment to do the activity. You can stop the video if you have to. 3, 2, 1. Has your mother met your girlfriend? How many Grammys has Adele won? And has John taken his medicine? Let's do some exercises. In the description, go to point number 3 to do the activities. Okay, the page for the first activity looks like this. It's a combination of affirmative, negative, and questions, okay? So, I not work, I have not worked. We buy, we have bought, right? And careful, some of them are questions. For example, where be you, okay? Where have you been? So the order changes. Keep checking the formula, okay? The second page of activities is very similar, okay? So it depends on the context. Mrs. Snow, a fantastic cake. Mrs. Snow, okay, that's affirmative, has made. This one is negative, not feed. So for example, you would say, I haven't fed. Past participle, the feed is fed. And some of them, again, some of them are questions. Here you have a question, here you have a question. So be careful with the word order, the sequence of the words. Finish the activities and I'll see you in a moment. I hope that went well. Let's continue. So now we've finished looking at affirmative, negative, and questions. Let's look at some common uses for present perfect tense. This is actually a little bit more advanced. Esto es un poco más avanzado, estos usos. Simple past, el pasado simple que ya vimos, estamos hablando de un tiempo específico en el pasado que ya acabó, ¿no? Example, I phoned Mary, le llamé a Mary hace 2 minutos. Hace 2 minutos es pasado y ya se acabó. Did you clean your room? ¿Limpiaste tu cuarto? Respuesta, yes, I cleaned my room. Sí, lo hice. Sí, limpié mi cuarto. No, I didn't clean. I didn't clean my room, okay? No, no limpié mi cuarto. This is simple past. Ahora, para el pasado muy, muy reciente, en inglés es muy común utilizar el present perfect simple. For example, with an expression like just, okay? I have just phoned Mary. He llamado a Mary. Just en este caso significa como acabo o ahorita mismo, hace como, 2 minutos, ¿no? Se puede decir, I have just phoned Mary. Acabo de llamar. En inglés sería más o menos acabo de haber llamado, ¿no? I have just phoned Mary. It's very, very common. Para algo que just existe, para algo que acabas de hacer, es muy común decir just y utilizar el present perfect. I have just phoned Mary. Te enojas con tu perro, ¿no? Y dices, I've just cleaned. Acabo de limpiar. I've just cleaned. Estás hablando con un amigo y le dices, acabo de terminar mi tarea. You can say, I have just finished my homework. I've just finished my homework. Have you cleaned your room yet? This is the same question. Es la misma pregunta, ¿no? Did you clean your room? ¿Limpiaste tu cuarto? O, ¿has limpiado tu cuarto? Have you cleaned your room? Yet, en este caso, significa como ya, como already, ¿no? Already también significa ya, pero ¿ya has limpiado tu cuarto? Have you cleaned your room yet? Yes, I have already cleaned it. Sí, ya lo he limpiado. Ya lo he limpiado. Okay, yes, I've already cleaned it. También se puede ocupar already aquí. Have you cleaned your room already? Pero yet es como transmita más impaciencia, ¿no? Ya, o sea, ¿ya has limpiado tu cuarto? O, no, I haven't cleaned it yet. Todavía, yet en este caso significa como todavía. Todavía no lo he limpiado. So these are two conversations or two things which are pretty much exactly the same. They have the same significance, right? Más o menos significan exactamente lo mismo. Pero en inglés, en especial en el Reino Unido, es muy común escuchar el presente perfecto en lugar del simple past. The difference is more strict in British English, okay? In American English, it's very possible to say, I already cleaned it, okay? Or, I cleaned it already. Ya lo limpié o lo limpié ya. Pero con inglés, británico, eso de just y already and yet and not yet es más asociado con present perfect simple. Cuando en Estados Unidos pueden utilizar estos con simple past, okay? I just cleaned it. Yes, I just cleaned my room. No, I didn't clean my room yet. I didn't clean my room yet. These words, they can be used in American English with these, okay? Si los van a ocupar con present perfect, hay que fijarse en dónde están, entre el auxiliar y el participio. I have just phoned, I have already cleaned, okay? Yet está al final de la oración. Hay un pequeño ejercicio. In the description, go to number 4 to open the activity. This activity is good because some of the examples include just and already, okay? So this is all present perfect, and using these words, okay? So let's look at, for example, number 2. It says just and catch. The cat, a mouse, okay? El gato, un ratoncito. Just, acaba o acaba de. And then to catch, atrapar. Entonces vamos a poner en present perfect. The cat has just caught. The cat has just caught a mouse. Finish the activity and I'll see you in a moment. I hope that went well. So that's everything I wanted to see with present perfect in affirmative, negative questions and some common uses, okay? Every time you think of translating he ido, he comprado, hemos hecho, this is present perfect. I have gone, I have bought, I have done, we have seen, and so on. It's very common in English. It's probably more common in the United Kingdom, but it's very, very, very common. And it's important to learn the participles. But that's it for today. Es todo para hoy. As always, I upload a new class on Mondays and Thursdays, so subscribe to my channel to receive notifications. And join the Facebook group to download, descargar, all of the materials that I use during my classes. There's an exam or a test for today's class, which you can find in the description if you want to check your understanding. But that's it for today. Thanks for learning English with me, and I'll see you next class.